And we are live. Welcome to the Know Yourself Revolution. I am beyond excited for today's conversation. Why? Because today we're diving into a topic that challenges everything we've been taught about marketing, manifestation, and the way we create impact in the world. My guest today is the incredible Laura Foster, a true trailblazer in the world of conscious business and personal transformation. Laura is the founder of Souls Healing Humanity and the creator of Unleash Your Inner Guru, a powerful course designed to help people break free from outdated paradigms and step into authentic alignment. You can see why Laura and I got along immediately. Laura has made a bold decision that goes against everything the marketing world tells us to do. She threw out her email list, she made all her content free, and she chose radical generosity over traditional sales tactics. And guess what? Instead of losing momentum, she's found a deeper, more fulfilling way to serve and create success. Today, we're going to talk about why traditional manifestation techniques don't work, and the way that we've been told anyway, and why marketing rules are failing so many entrepreneurs, and what happens when you trust fully in your alignment. You can tell already that Laura is here to shake things up, challenge the status quo, and share what she's learned on this journey. So get ready. This conversation is going to be eye-opening, inspiring, and maybe even just a little disruptive in the best possible way. Let's welcome Laura to the show. Welcome, Laura.
Oh, awesome. Oh, this is going to be a blast. I am delighted to be here because I know that it's going to hit home and it's going to help somebody out there. And that's what we're all
Yes.
about.
It's what we're all about. And Laura, it's great to have you back on the show. I know you and I did a podcast episode last year, so it's about time we revisit it, right? So many things have changed. It's so excited to have you in the studio with me. Thank you again.
Oh, my pleasure indeed. Thank you.
And you're joining us from an exotic location. You're actually living the dream that so many of us have. You're living and working while traveling to exotic, beautiful places. Where are you joining us from today, Laura?
I'm actually joining you from Asuncion, Paraguay, where it's summer. It's like 98 degrees outside. It's in the southern hemisphere. So, yes.
I love it. And you've been traveling now for a while since our last podcast. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to with the traveling and the lifestyle and all that. I think a lot of people, you're leading by example here. A lot of people are probably watching your antics online and wishing they could be with you.
And they can. That's the thing. We just have to shed enough of our bullshit programming and conditioning to get there. And before anybody gets their panties in a twist and it's like, oh my God, she's got all this money and da, 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 da." It's okay. I'm gonna love on you people no matter what. But it was a conscious decision. I don't own a house. I don't own a car. I have very few belongings. So yes, I've been traveling with my partner, David Roby, for about the last 10 months in South America and talk about trusting the universe and my true self. The multiverse universe, whatever has guided me to these places. Sometimes I know why I'm there. Sometimes I'm like, I don't have a clue, but that's okay. Part of the journey.
I love it. So are you saying that you set out on this adventure not necessarily knowing where you were gonna, all the places you were gonna be on it?
That's correct. Yes. And we'll talk about this further when when we talk about why manifestation, the way we've been taught and programmed, why it isn't working for people. So I have really trusted both the multiverse and the mystery of it all and the manifestation part. Yeah, it's a beautiful balance. So
I love it. Well, shall we just dive in? Just go straight into it?
sure.
Why isn't manifestation working for so many people right
Oh
now,
my God.
Laura? Let's just get into it.
Oh, this is fabulous. And just so you guys know, I just finished the draft of my next book, which right now is called Mystery and Manifestation. Through my own journey, and like some of it's been really painful, people. I'm not gonna lie, it's been painful. I have come upon two main reasons that the manifestation that we're all being taught is not working. The number one reason is that you're manifesting based on your programming, not in alignment with your true self. And what do I mean by truth self? Soul, spirit, intuition. It goes by a lot of different names, has nothing to do with religion. It's your human design, which Grace, you helped me see that. It's like you helped me see it's like I am here to birth a new paradigm. So,
Yes,
but this is
you
not about
are.
me. So, it's not.
Let's do it.
But that's the number one reason manifestation is not working, because you're manifesting based on your programming. Get the job, get the education. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I really want to stress that. But majority of humans are still living as they've been programmed, and they're asleep still. And you're manifesting from that place. It's like, I want $1 million. I want a pretty house. And I'm not saying that's wrong. But if it's not in alignment with your true self and your human design, your core, your spirit, whatever, or you manifest it and then you're like, well, I really didn't want that. No, you didn't. The second reason that manifestation is not working for the majority of humans is that you're out of balance. And this is huge.
Wait, Laura. Sorry. I just had a little tech hiccup because say that one more time.
The second reason that manifestation is not working for most of the humans out there is that you're out of balance. You are so, think of it as a scale. Think of mystery on one side, the mystery, trusting the universe, whatever, true spirit. On the other side is manifestation. You are so far out of balance, busy manifesting intentions, positive affirmations, a lot of woo woo stuff. Now, I don't want you to think I'm against woo woo. Hell, I don't wear shoes. I'm barefoot all the time. I'm about as woo woo as anybody gets. I, so I don't want anybody to go, oh, she don't like woo woo. I love woo woo. But if you're so far over on the manifestation woo woo stuff of positive affirmations, aligning with not your true self, but your program self, it's not working because you're out of balance. You're not allowing the other side, the mystery side. That's why my next book's called Mystery and Manifestation. Mystery is the true self, your spirit, and learning to trust that no matter what, it's all happening for you. And Grace, that's why we've connected so well, is that I hear you say it all the time. It is happening for you.
Life
Yeah,
happens for us,
absolutely.
not to us, right?
No, absolutely. So that's a big topic to discuss. I mean, it's huge, but I'm hoping somebody out there is hearing that and it's starting to click for them. The next part is like, okay, Laura, that's great information. How do I get there?
So
Yeah.
before we get to that, Laura, I just want to I just want to suggest something. So first of all, I'll ask you a question. So how would you say if somebody's listening and they're like, huh, it's not working for me because I'm out of alignment. Now I have an answer and I'm going to share it in a minute, but what is your answer? Like, how do they know if they're in alignment or not?
Just tune into how you feel. Tune in to what is showing up in your life and how do you feel? Are you absolutely exhausted physically, emotionally, spiritually? I mean, what is something in your life that you're like, you're ready to draw your line in the sand? You're like, I can't take this anymore.
Mhm.
That is a key that you're out of alignment. And the more discomfort that you're having, the further out of alignment you are with your human design, your true self. You're living more as you've been programmed and not the way that is best for your human in this lifetime.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Laura, and that's very practical, and I think that a lot of people can relate to that. And then there's going to be people that are like, wait, but how can I know for sure? So I'm going to just pop in and share one little thing how I would tell you to know for sure, okay? And this
Mhm.
is on your human design chart, so you can get your chart at and find out what work you're here for. You can also find out what does it mean to be what are your key signs on this report. It's called your key signs. So what does it mean to be out of alignment? So for most people, they're going to be out of alignment when they're frustrated. That literally
Mhm.
applies to 70% of humans because they're builder types, right? Most of us are builder
Mhm.
types. We're here to be the worker bees. We're here to do the job. We're here to actually be in committed action all the time. And so we're so focused on being that we're not always focused on the doing. We're so focused on the doing, that we're not here. We're not doing the being, which is probably what's out of alignment, right? But you'll know because you'll be frustrated. And there are 30% of other people that have different ways of being that are going to have different key signs they're looking for. And you can find out what your key signs are at whatsmychart.com. If you're on an iPhone or an iPad, you have to put the https:// in there. I'll put it in the show notes. But that anyway, that's on your chart. It'll say that. It actually says your key signs: satisfaction or frustration, which applies to 70% of us. And the simple way is, like you said, Laura, like, well, how am I feeling? So I love that. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm getting some feedback. Grace. Okay. Sure. Awesome.
Wait, what do you mean? You're getting feedback? You mean your audio?
It was, yeah, the audio was looping.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know why.
It seems fine on my end. Let's see how it goes. Play it by ear. Let me know if you're having a problem. I know we do have some people watching live. Let's just do a quick check. If you're watching us live, you could be watching us on YouTube. You could be watching us on LinkedIn. Either way, put where, or you could be watching us from Facebook. So put where you're watching us from in the chat, and we should be able to see that. That'll be a chat. Where are you watching from? Okay, well, we'll wait to see. But okay.
It is still, I just put in the chat,
okay,
it is still happening.
Still happening. Huh. Okay, well, if you're listening somewhere, if you're on the live stream, let us know in the chat if you're having a problem or if you're okay. Good. Okay, I see Owen. He says sound is good. So it's good for him. Maybe it's local, Laura. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you able to hear me?
I'm listening.
I can hear you.
Okay, he's listening to the YouTube live and he said its sound is okay.
I'm able to hear you, but it's echoing and looping.
Really?
Why?
Huh.
Okay.
Okay. He's on the YouTube live and he says it's fine. So if you're listening right now, put in the chat if you're having audio issues. We just want to have another data point.
Okay.
Okay, there's one. Yeah, no audio. He says no audio issues. So okay, well.
Okay.
All right. Okay, well, let's keep. I mean, if you can still hear me, okay, let's keep going, Laura.
I'm a sound tech. The broadcast is fine.
Yeah, he's a sound tech, and he says the broadcast is fine. So I don't know, maybe. Anyway, let's
what
keep
I'm
going.
Going to do is I'm going to take my headphones off.
Okay.
And see if we can.
Okay. So while Laura does
that.
Yeah. So while Laura does that, I'll just talk for a minute about. I'll talk for a minute about how to know if you're on track or not. I'm going to put it in the chat, the link to get your chart. So your chart is going to be here at whatsmychart.com. And when you get your chart, you'll see key signs. And we're just waiting for Laura to come back. Okay, Laura's coming back. Okay, great. Okay, so are you okay, Laura? Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you now.
Here we go. Okay.
There we go.
You should be able to hear me. Everything's now just through my MacBook.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
I don't know what happened, but it was like just looping. So
perfect. Okay, so let's keep going then. Great. So we were talking about why manifestation isn't working. If you've just joined us, why traditional manifestation isn't working for you. Could you do a quick recap, Laura, for people that are just joining us?
Absolutely. Two major reasons why manifestation is not working for you. Number one is that you're manifesting from your program self. You're not manifesting in alignment with your true self, your human design, your spirit, your soul. The other reason is that you're out of balance. You're so heavy on the manifestation side, busy doing all the positive affirmations, setting intentions, not bad, but think of it as a scale. It's so out of balance. You're not allowing for the mystery side, the being side, the trusting side. And that all has to be in balance for you to really live your best life.
Sorry, Laura. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
We're having tech gremlins. Okay, so you said you're living your best life. Okay, say that one more time. I just want to make sure they caught it because I think I
Yes.
just messed something up. Say it again.
Okay, that's okay. That once they're in balance with the mystery and the manifestation, then they can live their best life. And that's what we all want. So happy humans.
Yes, that is what we all want. Yes, we want to live the good life, right? Yes. And so thank you for that, Laura. That's huge. That's really huge because so many people right now are trying all the manifestation techniques. It's becoming more mainstream. I mean, I go to YouTube and it just, maybe it's my algorithm, but I get all kinds of people like the secret to manifestation, why it's working, why it's not. There's so many things there. And I think you've just given us some really important keys. So that's great. Is there anything else that you want to add before we start talking about the marketing piece?
I just want to let people know that it's perfect wherever they are, not to beat themselves up about it. And there is a way out of all that. And there's lots of things out there. Like you said, there's, the internet's just full. And that's one of my passions, is for people to become their own guru and to use the holistic scaffolding, which we'll talk about in a moment. But that is one way that you can shed your programming, and you can come into alignment with your true self. And Grace, that's why we pair so well, is I help people shed that stuff, but you help people with the shortcut of knowing, hey, this is your true self. That's why I love human design so much, because you can just get that sneak peek, but it is going to take work. And I'm like, whatever you do to do that work, I support that. So, but I have the holistic scaffolding, which is for free for humanity.
So let's talk about that, Laura. That's amazing. Your work is absolutely life-changing for so many people, and it is called holistic scaffolding. So there will be people that probably heard the first podcast episode last year, but there's going to be most people that haven't. Could you talk a little bit about what is holistic scaffolding and how did you create it?
In a nutshell, it is a technology. It is the most amazing technology and the fastest way I know how, and probably thousands of other people, to shed your programming that you've had as a human so you can come into alignment with that true self. There are 6 platforms to it. It is simplistic, which is amazing because people are like, wow, this is easy. And it meets you wherever you are in your journey, whether you're just waking up and you're coming to these moments like, I can't take this anymore, and you're really ready to change. Or if you've been on the path for a long time and you've tried a lot of different methods, but you're still not living your best life. You're still frustrated. You're still upset. You're still angry. So it meets you wherever. And the reason it is called a technology is that think of it like an operating system on your computer. Once you learn it, it runs in the background constantly, but then it kind of pops to the foreground whenever you're dealing with jazzy stuff, politics or religion or things that trigger you. It pops right into the forefront to give you these strategies and tools to get through that. So yeah, it's available on my website, and there are the 6 platforms. Do you want me just to tell what the 6 platforms are, or?
Yeah. Let me just say, I put it on the screen. If you're just listening to the audio right now, depending on where you are, it says get the free holistic scaffolding at soulshealinghumanity.com. So when you go there, you're going to learn more about the 6 pillars. But please, Laura, tell us more about the 6 pillars. What's the basis of it?
Yeah, the basis, there are 6 platforms to the scaffolding. And the base platform is awareness. And it all starts with awareness. You cannot change what you do not see. So from awareness, and I'm presenting this as a linear, like going up in the platforms, but I want people to understand this is not a linear process or technology.
It's like life. It's all over the map, right? And you can be here, and then you can go back to here, because it's just like life. It's very multidimensional, and it's a process. It's not a one and done. You can't just check it all off and say, oh, I'm good to go for the rest of my life, right? I mean, it's an ongoing process. isn't it?
Exactly. And that's the beauty of the holistic scaffolding. It morphs and works with you for the rest of your life. So getting back to the platforms, and again, in the background, just so you know, there's a figure 8. You turn it on the side, it's an infinity loop. So it is a very dynamic process. So awareness is the base platform. The next platform up is celebrating you. And this is so important because we've been programmed not to celebrate all of ourselves, not at all. Also celebrating you, you become aware that you are creating or co-creating. I'm still not sure on that. I don't have all the answers. I'm still working on this as well. But you are creating or co-creating your own reality and celebrating that. So maybe you've had things that have happened for you in the past that have been horrific. But not only did you survive that, you've thrived because of it, and pulling from that. Oh, wow. That's really powerful. The next platform up is accepting all.
Sorry, Laura, before you go on to the next one, I just want to say a word about that, celebrating. You know, for many years, I was married to somebody that didn't celebrate. And, you know, because of where he grew up in Eastern Europe, and the fact that, you know, the background that he had in communist, you know, he came from a communist place, and there was no celebrating. So for so many years, I was not celebrating anything. I used to be like queen of celebrations, and in my family, I'd like make cards for every single occasion, and, you know, parties and all that. And then I got married, and then everything changed, and I stopped celebrating. And it took me a while, once I went through all that, you know, drama and trauma of the divorce and, you know, resettling my life, and then coming across this truth that you're sharing now, which is really, really important, which is, we get to celebrate, right? We get to celebrate ourselves. We get to celebrate our wins. And so many of us have conditioning and programming around celebration. Like, maybe we shouldn't celebrate ourselves. That sounds too selfish. Or we shouldn't be celebrating. Who cares about the other person's wins? Like, I only care about my own wins. Like, there's so much BS around, and it's meant to mislead us and keep us in a loop. So can you just talk briefly about what is the cost to somebody choosing not to celebrate?
It's huge. I mean, because you just touched on it. You get stuck in a loop. I always say you're either going to evolve or repeat. And that's a conscious choice. So the cost is that you get stuck in these places in your life, and you cling to your drama and trauma. I know it's not real popular to talk about that, but I'm always going to give you two straight with no fucking chaser. I am a disruptor. I am not about like justifying your victimhood or your blame game. Not at all, because you are stuck there. And you are stuck in this loop. I think about it as a hamster wheel. And please know, I'm not judging you. I lived through a lot of stuff that happened for me. And I was on that hamster wheel. And when you're on that hamster wheel, it's just shit flinging around and hitting you in the head. But then you come to realize, oh my God, it's my own shit. And you're like, I'm either going to get off this hamster wheel, or I'm going to keep pedaling.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. So
I feel like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel like they're on the hamster wheel right now. So if you want to get off the hamster wheel, right, you have holistic scaffolding, right? So people can go and get it, and they can get started. So I know you're in the process. You're telling us about the pillars,
absolutely,
the 6 pillars. But so if you're just joining us, make sure you check out the free holistic scaffolding at soulshealinghumanity.com. We're going to talk in a minute why she's giving it away free. Okay, this is really a big deal that she's giving it away free. This is thousands of dollars worth of content and products that you would normally be getting for all this amazing stuff. It's kind of like your life's work, right, Laura?
It is. It is. So yeah,
this is so amazing. Thank
definitely
you.
my mission. You're welcome.
Thank you for giving it away. So I just want to say it's there. Go to soulshealinghumanity.com and check it out. So with that, Laura, please keep going. So we're talking about the 6 pillars.
Yeah, talking about the 6 platforms, which bottom is awareness. Next is celebrating you. Next one is accepting all of you. Holy hoo, Jazzy, is that one huge? Again, we've been programmed not to accept all of our human emotions and feelings. I don't know about you, Grace, but I grew up hearing, if I was crying or upset, shut up or I'm going to give you something to cry about. Now, I want to frame this. I'm not going back and blaming my parents. They did the best they could. I don't play the blame game and I don't live in victimhood.
Yeah.
But it's so important for us is where we are right now to learn to accept all of you. And holistic scaffolding teaches you that, to accept that full cornucopia of human emotions. Yeah, that is huge. And then
Laura, sorry, Laura, I'm going to interrupt you. But I just want to say, what does all of you mean? Like, I want to point this out. This sounds like a shameless plug for one of my products. It kind of is, but I don't have even have a landing page for it. But it answers the question that you just brought up for people, which is, what does it mean to be me? What does it mean, all of me? And so this is why you and I started this conversation in the first place, because human design shows you what is you. And if you have your chart in front of you and you look at the colors and the white parts, everything that's colored in is what is you. It's the only parts that's for sure going to stay the same. The white is what you're here to learn about through relationships. So it's going to be a lot of variability. So anyway, I just want to say that was significant for me, especially recently as I've been answering my clients' questions. And so I have this new birth blueprint, which is part of a Done Differently program for humanity, which, we could talk about later. But I just want to say there is an answer. If you're listening right now and you're like, yeah, what does it mean to be me? What do you mean, Laura? I'm telling you that between Laura and I, we got you covered.
Oh, we do. Oh, yeah, we absolutely do.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Keep going, Laura. So we talked about the first three.
We talked about the first three. So up from that is the Knowledge and Tools platform. And I have something called Wisdom Nuggets and Wisdom Wands. I've taken wisdom nuggets are little bits of things I've learned along the way. Again, I don't have all the answers. I'm just here to share whatever wisdom and mistakes and stuff that will help people. The wisdom wands are tried and true practices that I've put into like modern verbiage. Like one of my favorite things is yoga nidra. Now I know people might hear yoga and they're like, oh my gosh, she's going to talk about like getting in like a shape like a pretzel or whatever. No, I practice yoga nidra every day. It's lying down and doing nothing. I'm like, hey, yay.
It's practicing being, not doing, right?
Exactly. It's bringing yourself into balance, the mystery and the manifestation. So don't think that manifestation is bad. It's not. It's just you're out of balance or you're manifesting things by your programming, not your true self. So the Wisdom and Tools platform, that's on you. I always tell everybody, I don't have all the answers. And if you're looking for somebody to fix you or to give you a 10-step program or to tell you what to do, I'm not your gal. I am not your next guru, never have been, never will be. I want you to become your own guru. And the holistic scaffolding, that's the gift. That enables you to become your own guru. So up from the Knowledge and Tools platform is, I love this one. This one is Triumphs and Tantrums. Love it. We, again, our programming, we have really been taught how to triumph. You get your new job, you get the gold stars in school. Oh, you get a new house and you get to brag, or you get to blow up like Instagram with like your new car. I'm not saying any of that's wrong. We've been taught how to triumph. What we've not been taught is how to effectively tantrum. And I call it, tantruming. I don't even think that's a word. I like to make up words, by the way. But holistic scaffolding teaches you how to effectively tantrum. There are going to be times in your life as a human, it's all going to fall apart. If you've been around the planet enough, there are times, and I call them moments of change, baby. I call them moments of change in my Fed Up, Not Fucked Up book. Incidentally, available for free, immediate download, the book and the workbook. These moments of change happen. We've not been taught how to effectively tantrum through those. And I talk about that and how to do that. Also, I just want to touch on the moments of change. one of three things happen when these moments of change happen in your life. Number one, they're a great catalyst for you. You draw your line in the sand. You're like, I'm not living like this anymore. I'm going to do something about it. Whether it's holistic scaffolding, whether it's human design, whatever you use, it's a catalyst. It's a great thing. Number two, and this happens more often than not judging, but this is what happens with humanity because the programming's so strong. Something happens, moment of change, divorce, death, something, and you sweep it under the rug and you keep going. You pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You live exactly as you've been programmed. You're like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going to this job I hate. I'm going to yeah. Or the third thing, moments change, and this is not pleasant to bring up, but it's one of the options, is you take yourself out as a human. You commit suicide. I really hope that's not an option for the folks listening or anybody, because we're all needed here.
So Laura, before you go further, can you just talk about that? I feel like for a lot of people that's going to really have resonated, which the part is like when a big change happens, and you know that my thing is 3 secrets to making change fun and easy, right? So I have to jump in on this. Most people, we are taught, just like you said, our conditioning and programming is to just put on our happy face and just keep marching forward like good soldiers, right? But you're suggesting something different. Are you going to tell us what that is?
Just that it's effective tantruming. And I mean, like one of the wisdom wands that I teach to help with the effective tantruming is closet crying. And I know it kind of sounds silly, but it works for some people. Now, not all the wisdom wands work, but it's like curl yourself up in the closet,
Wait, Laura. No, it's not that they don't work. They don't work for everyone. Not every wisdom wand works for every person, right?
There you go.
That's why you have a collection of wisdom wands, right?
A ton.
Yes.
So I'm just bringing up one effective tantruming that can work for some people. Thank you for helping me frame that. But
I want to highlight this. So you're saying that it is okay to tantrum. First of all,
Absolutely.
That's news to some people, right? Second of all, there is a better way. I'm not going to say a right way because there's no right or wrong way. It's just a different experience, right? There's a better, more empowering way to tantrum, and you're calling it closet tantrum. Can you talk just a little bit more about that?
Closet crying. I mean, when you just ball yourself up in your closet, take blankets, pillows, scream into a pillow, just cry, just lay on the floor. But accept that, allow for that. You don't have to get up. You have nowhere to go other than to just be with those intense feelings. And we've been programmed, like you said, we've been programmed not to feel those things. It's like, oh, I shouldn't do that. That's embarrassing. Well, yeah, that's your programming talking.
And you're suggesting something that's different for a lot of people, or I just have to point it out. You're suggesting that we feel all those feelings, even though it's so uncomfortable and so unpleasant for so many people to think about it. No, I don't want to feel the grief. I don't want to feel the pain. I mean, why do we have so many alcoholics in this, in the world? Like, why are drugs such a big deal? Because nobody wants to feel their feelings.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
So what is the cost of that? What is the cost of that, Laura? Why, when people are not doing what you're suggesting, what does that look like, and why do we need a different way?
Because those pent-up emotions that you're stuffing with technology, busyness, alcohol, food, whatever, they're not moving through your human, and they're getting stuck. And there's science behind this. I'm not a scientist at all. But they're getting stuck in your body, and they're coming out as some sort of disease. It's going to come out somewhere. And if you're just Western medicine, you're going to think, oh, let me go to the doctor and let me have them write me a permission slip. Sorry, that's just how I feel about my journey. A permission slip that's going to help me get better. No, it's going to it's going to address the symptoms, not the underlying cause. So that's just part of what I went through. I know there's a lot of other people, but yes, the effective tantruming is so, so powerful because it allows you, wow, this is okay for me to feel this. Now, I do have people that question like, oh, but oh my gosh, with law of attraction and stuff, I don't want to I don't want to get in that negative space. I want to be positive, Priscilla all the time, because if I feel this, then, the universe is going to send me, negative stuff. That's not how it works. Not at all. The universe is sending you exactly what you need when you need it, and it works on vibration. So don't be afraid that if you tantrum and feel negative, even for a couple of days, that is helping flush all that through your human in the experience, so you can raise your vibration naturally.
Yeah, right. No, and I think that's powerful, Laura. And I want to just highlight this. So, a lot of people, myself included, have really struggled with feeling my feelings. I don't really like to feel my feelings, and I like to pretend that I don't have any, especially when they're negative.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because who wants to feel all those negative feelings, right? And who wants to be the what that's just like broadcasting them everywhere? So, you have just shared a really valuable tool for how to both feel your feelings and not have the residual pain of it, which shows up as dis-ease, and you can still be socially acceptable, right? That's why you go in your
Absolutely.
closet.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Why not?
I want to point out this is practical and useful. Gosh, I have my voice. But anyway, so thank you, Laura. That's amazing. So we've got 3 out of 6, right? And there's 3 more. Is that right?
No, we're all the way up to 5. So the last one.
Okay, go ahead.
And again,
wait. Before you do 5, can you just do a quick recap?
Yeah,
for people that are just joining us?
You've got the awareness platform, and then you have celebrating you, accepting all of you, knowledge and tools, tantrums, triumphs and tantrums, and then the last platform is alignment. And that is aligning with your true self, your human design, your soul, your spirit, your intuition, whatever you call it. So, and alignment, like you were saying before, Grace, this is just not a one and done process. You're going to come into alignment in different sections along the way. You may be aligned, like you have your physical health in good shape, but emotionally you may, it just happens time and time again. And it's not like, oh, I'm aligned, oh, I'm awakened. That's another thing. In the woo-woo world, we're like, oh, you're going to ride around on like a unicorn and you're going to feel good all the time. And, oh, nothing's going to bother you. No, I'm here like, fuck no. You're still going to be triggered. That's okay. That's the beauty of the holistic scaffolding. Then you have it and it's like, okay, what can I learn here? What is still coming up that I still need to process?
I want to point out that it's a lot like showering, like you may, and I know in the Western world, we're accused of showering too often, but if you're a person like me that likes to shower every day, you could think like, why do I need to shower again? I just showered yesterday. But if there's a benefit to, there's some benefit to showering every day, and there's definitely some benefit to getting in alignment every day. I mean, it's required, in fact, right? And so we need to do it. So I'm pointing this out, Laura, because I want to just highlight and underline the fact that in order for us to stay in alignment, we talked about your key signs before. Your key signs are, for most people, satisfaction or frustration. In order to do that, we get to look at these 6 pillars every single day. Now that sounds like, oh my gosh, a lot of busy work. Laura, talk to us about how do we integrate this into our lives?
It's not busy work at all. And that's why holistic scaffolding is called a technology. It came from the universe through me for humanity. And it is a technology because like I said, it runs in the background. And once you learn it, you're like, say you're triggered by a political post. That happens to be a big thing. I happen to be in Paraguay. It's happening here too. The holistic scaffolding can help you in the moment. It's like the awareness. Why am I getting triggered? And then maybe it's part of yourself that you're not accepting. What can you really learn there? What knowledge and tools can you learn or pull out of your toolbox, your wisdom wand, that maybe can calm you down? one of the wisdom wands is tapping. That's a worldwide thing that people use. Maybe you tap through that frustration. So it's the holistic, exactly, the emotional freedom technique, big thing, lots of science behind that. Yeah.
I'm just doing a quick demo in case people are like, tapping, what is she talking about? That's what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Thank you. EFT, emotional freedom technique.
EFT.
You can Google it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it's everywhere. So that's the beauty of the holistic scaffolding, is it doesn't take any more time. The awareness is the biggest thing, is that you can stop and you can notice what you're getting triggered, what's triggering you, what's going on. That's a huge thing. And that doesn't take any more time.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, there's lots of things for you to learn. But again, I'm about you becoming your own guru. You know, you will trust what comes into your awareness to help you on your journey. You know, if you want to follow a particular person that has a step system, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a lot of people out there that have had enough of that. And they're like, I really want something that works effectively all the time. There's no extra money. There's no extra, anything. And I can do this. Because I always say, who knows what's best for you?
You do.
Your true self, your human design, not your mama, not your partner, not the three-legged dog down the street.
Right.
They don't know what's best for you. You do.
Right.
But you don't trust that yet.
You don't trust that. Yeah, a lot of people don't trust that. I want to say something. So Laura, implied in your whole methodology is a principle that I want to pull out, because I think it's something that I didn't always know. And there are going to be people right now listening that haven't, this might be new for them. So here's the truth. Life is a mirror. And I mean, I could show you this. If we look at your human design chart, I could show you why you're attracting the people you are. I could show you why you're having the types of painful situations that you're having. And the reason is, the summary version is this: life is going to bring to you a reflection of what it is that you need to see. Get it? Hold on, wait for the mic drop. In yourself. Right? And so this is the good news. And this is why you don't need an external guru, why you don't need somebody to tell you what to do, because you're on a journey called life, and life is going to, by the very nature of lifing, it is going to give you a mirror, right? And that mirror is going to make sure that you get triggered. Why is that so valuable for you instead of to you? Because it shows you what stuff you get to still work through, right, Laura?
Yeah, absolutely. And we touched on it earlier, Grace. You were saying about being stuck in the loop. That's the same thing. The multiverse, universe, whatever, keeps sending you the same lesson until you learn it. The situations may change. And I just did a TikTok live event about this, about people running away. It's like, and I did a blog on it. Wherever you go, there you are. The universe keeps sending you the same thing. The place may change, the people may change, the job may change. But if you are not dealing with that mirror reflection of what you really need to deal with, that you're out of alignment with your true self, it doesn't matter. You can move to Timbuktu. Your shit's packing its little stuff and it's going with you. Yeah,
I gotta say the obvious image that's in my mind. It's like that person. We all know somebody in our lives that keeps marrying the same woman or the same man over and over and over. And it's like, what, it's the same, like maybe it's a blonde, I can think of people, but it's the same person over and over with a different name, slightly different background, but it's always the same person. Why is that? Well, this is why, right? You've just explained it. So thank you so much, Laura. And, I know there's a lot of people that are just dying to get to why you ditched traditional marketing. So before we jump into that, is there anything else you want to say about the pillars, about why manifestation isn't working, before we jump into this very unconventional take you have on marketing?
I think we summed it up, and it's going to hit with whoever really needs it. I'm not here to sell anything. So if you're intrigued by holistic scaffolding, come get it, baby.
There you go. It's free at soulshealinghumanity.com. So that leads in perfectly, Laura, into our next conversation, which is about why you ditched traditional marketing. You know, I was talking about you with my private community this morning, and the whole group was like, oh, I'm going to be there. Like, in fact, they were pinging me like, how come, you know, am I going to get an email about this? I'm like, it's already out there. Like, go look. But there's a lot of people very interested in your particular unique take on why you are ditching traditional marketing. I mean, I think if I understand correctly, you are letting go of your email list. And so tell us a little bit more about that. I don't want to presume. You tell us.
Yeah, and I already have let go. So I want to start this with, I want people to know nothing that they're doing is wrong. And I want people to know that I worked with amazing goddesses in the marketing world. There is absolutely nothing but love that I have for them. We ended things on a beautiful note. So I want to put that out there, that I'm not like, I'm not at all. There's just nothing but love. But I had to go through this process for myself, and with the holistic scaffolding, getting myself in alignment with my true self. I started Souls Healing Humanity 2.5 years ago as a business, because the holistic scaffolding is so powerful. I was working with like some individual people, and people were like, oh my gosh, you've got to get this out to humanity. And that's what happens to a lot of soul-based solopreneurs, or whatever label you want to give yourself, is you want to share your wisdom. You know how incredibly jacked up humanity is right now. You feel the pressure and you feel the need, and it's like, oh my gosh, if I can just help more people, if I can, and this is what I went through, if I can just get out more holistic scaffolding that will help people in this tumultuous, chaotic time. So I did follow and spend a lot of my own money trying to get that message out, doing exactly what I was told by the professional marketers. Not anything right or wrong, but it was just not me. And chasing all of that return on investment, looking at metrics, the algorithm, the this, the that, the other, I just couldn't stomach it anymore.
You know, Laura, you're not alone. You're not alone in that. I mean, I work with soul-based entrepreneurs every single day, and I've never heard any of them say something different than what you're saying. Like, nobody really wants, I mean, I can't think of anyone except a few exceptions, people that are really rocking it with sales, or they have a marketing background, they love it. But most people just want to get their work out there, and they just want to help as many people as possible. And so they can relate to you. But here's the obvious elephant in the room. I really want to talk about this. So if you don't, Laura, if you don't have an email list, if you aren't doing all the things, you're not doing Facebook ads and you're not doing promotions, like, how in the world are you going to be supported? Or does it mean you just do this on the side and you get another job, like a day job, to pay the bills? Like, talk to us about what's the theory behind this?
I'm going to be really upfront with you. I mean, selling my house, selling my car, making a conscious decision of not having the programming of having all that stuff, you don't realize how much it's really costing you. So freeing that up, and I was spending multiple thousands of dollars on professional marketers' ads. So I've taken that money away and I'm living off my savings. Is it a gamble? I don't think so, because I just know that I'm fully supported in whatever I'm meant to do. I mean, I know that sounds insane, but it's like, it is, again, it's that balance of manifestation. Do, and just fuck it. I'm not doing it, drawing my line and coming into balance with, you know what? Whomever is supposed to find holistic scaffolding is going to find it. I wanted to take away any barrier, number one, from myself, because it was taking a toll on me, my human. Mm-hmm. And number two, take away any kind of barrier. Everything's free. Even the Unleash Your Inner Guru complete course is free on the website through Humanity's Team, which I have to get that plug out because that's where my course is for free. That is the largest conscious awakening platform on the planet. So if you visit my website, you can go and watch that course for free. So yeah, I mean, I know it's huge, but I'm also being honest. I'm living off my savings, but aren't we all?
Yeah, aren't we all? I just
Yeah.
want to put that out there. Check out Humanity's Team for more. That's what you said. It's called Humanity's
Mhm.
Team. And
Yes.
so I know you have a lot of good information out there. And Humanity's Team, I mean, I've heard about that for them, this group, for a long time. Can you talk a little bit more about what they do and what your relationship is with them?
Yes, they're, like I said, they're the largest consciousness awakening platform on the planet. They have, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden. I mean, they have the big conscious people, Neil Donald Walsh. Yeah, those are our people, and they have lots of free content. There's also like a paid version as well. I mean, they're not a company, so they're a 503B. Is that what it is? I think it is. They're not a company, so they're nonprofit. Yeah. So my relationship with them is that they're having their first in-person event, and I'm attending. I'm not presenting there, but I'm going to be there and just be me. So,
I mean, what a great opportunity to meet like-minded people, right?
absolutely.
And the price is reasonable, especially the virtual. The virtual cost is not bad. So check that out if you're interested. So Laura, I know there are people that are. I'm thinking of the mostly ladies in my community who have solopreneur. They're solopreneurs and they have heart-based businesses, purpose-based businesses, and they're considering what you are saying, and they're asking themselves, "Well, that's interesting. Okay, I get it. I don't have a savings to live off of. So it's nice that you do, and you had a house and you had a car and you sold them. And I get it that you sold them and you put them into your savings. But if I don't have a house, maybe I'm renting month to month, maybe my car is not worth that much. I just used all my savings for my business in the last, whatever, let's say in the last year, I really put myself out there and I invested in all this personal development and all these things. And I don't have a savings to live on now. Are you suggesting that maybe I do something else and just give away my stuff?"
I'm never going to tell people what to do because they need to really shut away their programming. Why are they doing what they're doing? And come into alignment with your true self. Your true self knows the answer. Maybe you need to do something else for a while. Maybe, giving your thing, all the stuff away for free is not what you should do. I can't answer that for you. I could only answer it for myself. I know it's really radical. It's really different, but that's where I am. I mean, it's not right or wrong at all.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel it, but the only thing I can tell you is one of the things that helped me make the decision is from the opposite side of the computer. People we are in a different energy. We're in this weird phase, and I know a lot of people feel it. But on the opposite side of the computer, I'm sick of getting marketed to. I'm not the only one. AI's in the game. And it's exhausting. You can't, there's so much noise out there right now. I couldn't get through to people. And again, I was out of balance trying to manifest. And just to me, the answer was after 2.5 years of frustration, and I hung with it, I was like, I can't do this anymore. So to me, it was like, it was a no-brainer to me. All that didn't work, and thousands of dollars a month trying to get it to work because we were programmed to tell you, this is works, do the clickbait, do the ads, do the course, upsell, sales funnel. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It just wasn't for me. And I am a renegade. And I'm like, nope, what feels right? Give it all away for free. And that's what I'm doing.
I honor that, and I appreciate your integrity, Laura, and your determination to do what's right for you. I absolutely honor that. What would you say to people who might say, well, if you give it away free, people don't value it. Because I know that's one of the things that I've heard. I mean, I've been doing my business for like 9 years on and off, and I've given away a lot of readings. And what I found is that when people don't pay for it, they just don't even value it. They just don't even care. So, I mean, obviously, we're not trying to say what's right or wrong, good or bad, but how did you handle this particular question in your own mind when you were in this process?
Again, it was a mirror for me. Why was I so worried that someone else wouldn't value what I shared with them for free? Why was I worried about that? And I went through, and it took me a while to learn this. It's an energy exchange. You know, when I give time and energy and money to people, and it's in person, I get something back from that. Not money, but I get that energy, that, oh, thank you, a hug, just being at peace. It's a way different beast in the interwebs. We do give a lot for free, but it's weird. We don't really know how it hits and how it helps humans. I had to go through that myself, and it was a mirror for me. Why do I care about, like, oh, they got stuff for free? And now what I found about myself, and it was an ugly truth that, again, holistic scaffolding helped me with, accepting all of me. It was my little Laura. I gave them this for free and this for free. Why aren't they coming and reciprocating? Why aren't they buying my product? I gave them this. Why aren't they? Well, they bought this. Well, why aren't they? It was my little Laura feeling neglected and not wanted. I know this is deep, deep stuff. I can only share my own personal journey and how holistic scaffolding freed me from that. And now I'm just like, it's okay. It's okay. It's not for me to know that if you give it all away for free, it's okay. I'm okay with it.
Right. Clearly, yeah, because you are giving it all away for free. So, by the way, you can get free holistic scaffolding at soulshealinghumanity.com. So, Laura, one more thing. I think that some people are going to be thinking, listening to us talk, and they're going to be thinking, when she says free, she's free. Like, free of what? I don't feel like I'm in bondage. Like, I'm not. Nobody's got me in handcuffs. Like, nobody's making me do anything. I already am free. I get to do what I choose to do with my life and with my business. So when you say free, that makes me question whether what do you mean by that? Like, what does it mean to be free to you? What does it look like? And how is it different than what I'm experiencing right now? Because I think I'm free, but you're telling me that maybe I'm not. So tell me more about that.
No, and that's for each individual person. I know freedom, unconditional love, inner peace, all that comes from within. And that's a big teaching of holistic scaffolding. If you're looking for stuff external to fix your marketing numbers, if you're looking for love, if you're looking for peace from external, from gurus, from programs, anything external, you're not going to find it. Holistic scaffolding strips away the programming. It's all within. So my version of freedom, I've simplified my life, Grace, with holistic scaffolding. And here's what I mean by this. Here's how I feel in my freedom, in my inner peace, and my unconditional love for my human. I've simplified my life. There are 3 main sections every day in my life. They're movement, they're create, and they're relax. Easy. I am free. Simple. I keep it simple. The movement portion is non-negotiable. I am a barefoot triathlete. It's non-negotiable. I get out there and I move. I'm responsible for that. I'm also responsible to create. I love to write. I love to do video. I love to do content. I love to connect with people. I love to cook. Through human design, you help me realize, hey, no wonder I like to be in the kitchen. That's one of the areas I love to create. And then I relax. I purposely relax. Meditation, yoga nidra. It's an easy life. It's achievable by anyone on the planet. So yes, am I free? Yeah. I'm also have that inner peace that radiates once you know that. It doesn't come from external. It doesn't come from a president. It doesn't come from a government. You cannot dictate love and peace. Never have been able to. It all starts within. And that's my big mission for humanity, is that you settle in, whether you use holistic scaffolding or not, or the human design or not, just settle in and do your own work. That's where world peace, that's where we're going. That's huge.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Laura. What a great place to end. Is there any last words that you would have? I mean, I think that's a great summary, but is there anything else that you want to add?
No, I always end with saying, I love all you people. And I do. I am cheering for humanity. It is going to get better and better. I know it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It will. And it is. It is already. I'm simply deciding that it is. And that's the reality I choose, right? We get to
Yes.
choose. So
We do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, Laura. It's always a
Thank
pleasure. I'm so grateful for all that you're doing. If you're just tuning in, you can get the free holistic scaffolding at soulscalinghumanity.com. And tune in next time for our next edition of the Know Yourself Revolution, where we know, love, and trust ourselves first. We get to lead by example.